traders. So let's get started with today's technicals. So okay, we can see that DXY has broken this pattern to the downside. I've separated this pattern between the larger channel and this wedge. It's now a pennant which broke to the downside. I was expecting a rally to the upside to take out these highs here and complete a third tap. So I was really expecting a break and retest, continuation to the upside and complete a third tap. So that's never happened, but I was also prepared that if we break to the downside, we could expect a continuation to the downside and complete a third tap of this pattern, as you can see. So now I've changed my bias and I'm bearish on the dollar for now. So if we zoom into what's actually happening, we can see on the 1 hour time frame there is some compression. There is a supply level here, so I'm expecting a short-term rally on the dollar, and we'll see what happens from there. We could get a strong momentum break to the upside, we don't know, but I am long-term based for a short on the dollar. But for now, I am expecting a short-term rally on the dollar to have some form of a retest for an intraday setup. So that's it for DXY. Next on the list is dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen, it was a trade we forecasted. We saw this level of liquidity got triggered, it then rallied, made a new high. Price then formed some equal lows, and I wanted to catch the retest of this bank level, which is this level here. I eventually did get triggered in. If we see the 30-minute and the, here we go, it was this candle here, this 30-minute candle I did not like at all. This 30-minute candle, this bearish candlestick, to me shows, okay, there was no rejection, there's no deceleration from the sellers. There's actually, in fact, the sellers committing, and this strong bearish candle made me close the trade in a small loss, approximately just below minus 0.5R, so 0.4R loss on this particular trade, simply because of the way the price approached my level. Again, if price approaches your level correctively, I'm happily going to stay in the trade. If it's triggered my level with an impulsive strong candle, I'm not involved. I'd rather close the trade. Luckily I did, and I saved some profits. And now, you know, everything on dollar yen's looking pretty bearish for now. Look, the market right now is telling me, okay, there's bearish momentum, a larger flag, likely to be bearish momentum again. So dollar yen was a good one. It's a clear example of knowing when to cut your losses early. So I could expect to have a downside on interested since it's nothing clear for now. Next on the list is euro pound. Euro pound, interesting trade. So again, this was originally a trade we forecasted. We've got the larger pattern which broke to the upside with momentum. We've got the small compression, broke to the upside with momentum. I also went over last week all these levels which I forecasted to the pip, surprisingly enough. Look, sniper entry, rallied, forecasted this level here, rallied, and then even forecasted this move here, rallied. Now, the reason I never took them is for many reasons. Some I wasn't in sync with the market, I was too busy with work, and the others I was waiting for a specific schematic, etc. But in terms of the levels, I forecasted all of them. So this gave me a large boost in confidence. So I decided on the next setup to take the trade, since I'm in a bit of a flow, but I'm still did because I did get triggered in, as you can see on the 15-minute time frame. Rallied a tiny bit. I had one more stop hunt, but the main stop loss was below the previous main low, so it was a smart stop loss of an 8-pip stop. 2 pips below the previous low, and my entry was 2 pips above the actual entry. Now what happened is I've got my bank level just up here. What I should have done is what I normally do, so this is a mistake on my half, is I should have had a 2-pip TP just below my actual bank level. Then I would have had a sniper exit. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So what happened now is that price decided to, let me just move this. Price decided to miss my TP by 2 pips. This is why I normally have my TP 2 pips below my actual TP. So it missed it, and when I saw that, I was a little bit gutted, but I'm still going to trust my setup. I'm gonna hold it. It then formed some bearish candlestick. After the second bearish candlestick, is when I need to be a bit more vigilant and just be like, okay, what is happening? This bullish momentum, depending on what happens in the next 2 candles, could really decide whether I'm going to hold it or I'm looking to take profit. So the next candle now was a strong bearish candle, and I believed I missed this candle since I was most likely in a meeting somewhere, and I then saw this bullish candle, and I'm just I'm checking the trading view, etc. It's pulling back a bit, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to trust my setup. And now it then started to form something different. Now it's looking like a bearish flag, as you can see. So the moment I saw this bearish flag, this was the time I thought to myself, you know what, there's a big chance of it dropping to the downside. So I decided to close this trade at 5.3R. So simply by forgetting to put my TP 2 pips below like I normally do, I've now missed out on a full 3R trade, which is a little bit gutted, but it happens. This is what happens when you're slacking, or this is just a clear example that we all make mistakes, and it happens. Still happy with the win, still a pretty good win. Let's see what happens next. Price then just started to just consolidate and just acting all, it's just really, really choppy, and I don't want to be in a trade that's choppy. It doesn't really fit my personality. My personality is you're in and out in how long. I get triggered in within the first day, the first couple of hours, I'm looking to take profit from the trade. So this then formed into a larger compression, which then eventually did drop to the downside with some sort of momentum. And then once it did, it then went up a bit, but now it's just not really clear for my liking. It's turned into a completely different setup. If we update the pattern now, it's looking like a potential double top stop hunt. So again, we've got 1, 2, and then we've got the nice V looking shape and a third type of this trend line, which is also in confluence with some form of a wedge here. So I'm expecting this to drop to the downside to either retest this level and then go long, or further down to the downside. But I don't want to be in a trade like this. I'd rather come out. So fortunately I did. So that's today's lessons. If you make mistakes, you have to pay the penalty price for it. So I'm happy with the win, but I'm not happy with the way I managed it, simply by just forgetting to do this here. So that was it for today, guys. We just update the current. That's it for today. This could still rally and make new highs, I don't know, but I'm not involved. I'm going to wait for a clean new setup for now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.